Hi guys, it's Chloe and welcome back to my channel. But I recently did some damage at the mall last week and I went shopping and none other than Hollister. And I figured I'd do a video of like not only the clothes I got, but just talking about the accessibility then versus now. So I can't wait to get into this video, and on that note, we're gonna get started. So I should mention that this video is not sponsored, but I haven't been shopping at my local Hollister in a while because my mall was weird. At one point we had all three stores. We had both Abercrombie's, the kid and the adult, and a Hollister. Then Hollister closed their doors for a bit to renovate because they weren't ADA accessible. And I'll get into more of that in a bit. And then they reopened, but then in like 2021, both the adult Abercrombie and Hollister shut their doors at our mall. And then Ari went into Hollister's vacant space while they were remodeling, and this was like in the winter of 2021. Then last year, in like the winter of 2022 or something, Ari had been done renovating and they left Hollister space and then Hollister moved back in. So that's why I haven't been shopping there in a while. So I pulled up a picture of a old Hollister before it renovated. This is not mine because mine did not look like this. But basically, as you can see, there are only stairs to get up and there's a door in the corner, and there were doors on either side at ground level so that wheelchair users or people that couldn't use the stairs could get in. However, and my store wasn't the only one that did this, but mine blocked it with a table full of merchandise. And other people have reported that they locked the doors or they did both. And if you were lucky enough to have a caretaker or a friend with you, they'd have to go in the store, explain the situation, and then they'd either have to unblock it, unlock it, or both. Also, it's kind of hard to see here, and I don't know if this local store did it, but in my local one, when you went inside, there was like one step down to get to the men's and then another step on the other side to get down to women's. And it was dark in there and they didn't have handrails, both in the front and inside the store. So I didn't have a wheelchair back then, but it was still really difficult for me to get up and down, and that's a safety hazard too. And basically, because of that and the fact that wheelchair users couldn't go through the same door as everybody else, and or because our door was blocked and locked, or both most of the time, it's not considered ADA compliant. Now, you may be wondering how Hollister found out that they were not ADA compliant, because trust me, they didn't figure it out themselves. But basically, short, in like 2009 or 2010, and there are some like stories out on the internet, like articles, as well as a documentary on Netflix about Abercrombie, and they talk about Hollister and the inaccessibility and stuff like that. But anyways, there's a disability rights activist group in Colorado, and around 2010 they tried to take Hollister to court because they weren't ADA accessible. And Hollister tried to drag it out for as long as they could. And finally, one of the judges ruled that Hollister would do one of the three things: either A, add a ramp where the stairs are, or B, close off the shack entrance and make everyone go through the accessible entrance, or C, they basically close down the store so that they can flatten the whole store. And they said that they could choose what they did with each individual store, but it had to meet one of those requirements. And spoiler alert, but my local store shut down and they flattened the whole thing. I'm going to talk about the accessibility while I was in there. So basically, I use a wheelchair now, especially because I don't have my foot orthotics yet, but I use a wheelchair now. And I was able to navigate the store with ease. It was a tad dark, but it's lighter than it was in the past. And then after I got all my stuff, the way my local Hollister works is they have the changing rooms right behind the checkout counter. And I feel bad for this woman, but yet again, it was the Friday of Labor Day weekend. So she was like the only person in the store. But I had asked her if she could get me a changing room, and she got me a changing room, and she gave me the accessible one. And the door, I don't really have a video of it, but it swung all the way open so that it laid flat against the wall instead of going halfway or 3/4. So it made it easier to get my wheelchair in. And I have some video, but the door was wide. And then all the hooks and the bar and the mirror were all wheelchair height. And they even had a little bench for like a caretaker to sit on, or if you wanted to transfer and dress yourself that way too, you could do that. Show you guys what I got. So I got this like cute little like cropped camisole, and it's like a forest green with white flowers all over it. And then I got these ultra high rise like mom cargo shorts, and I love them because they work really well in my wheelchair. And you may be thinking like, huh? Like, do they have special like accessories for the wheelchair or something? No. However, when someone goes to sit down, if the jeans or the skirt or the bottoms are anything other than high rise, then you may see their booty. With ultra high rise, when you go to sit down, you don't see their booty. And typically when most people, when they're out and about, they're not sitting all the time. Whereas for me, when I'm at the mall, I'm pretty much sitting all the time, and I don't want people staring at my booty. So it works really well. They've got a lot of good stretch. Just to let you know, these are a size 29, and that's what I typically wear. And then this is a large. So I have this one that I got as well. It's the same style as the green and white one, just in like a lavender. And the thing is that I would pair this with the white skirt that I wore in this video, but I got baked bean sauce all over it and have to wash it, and I didn't want you guys to see that. And therefore, I'm just going to be wearing these shorts as kind of like a baseline, and then I'm just going to keep on switching out tops because these are the only shorts that I got. And I really like the color. I think it's really cute. And now I'm going to go on to the last thing that I got. Last but not least, we have this white t-shirt that has like retro coloring on it. So it's a light pink, like a baby blue, a sky blue, kind of more like a rust orange, a vintage brown, and a vintage like yellow mustardy color. And it says on top, trust in the, and then on the bottom it says universe, and then there is, it's kind of like a little square, and then there are flowers all on the square in different colors, and the square is like that vintage like rustic orange. And then it's got a sky that's like in like a light blue, light skyish blue, and then there are light like baby blue clouds, and then there is a sun, and the sun is a baby blue as well. And that's basically it. I like the fact that this t-shirt's like longer and just like bigger, because I prefer that kind of stuff when I'm wearing a t-shirt. I don't mind wearing cropped every once in a while, but again, and yeah, I just really like it, and I didn't expect it to be this long because I really like this shirt, and trust me, I'll be wearing it a lot. And I also have, if you saw in my previous video, one of my previous videos about the knockoff Lululemon shorts that I got, this shirt would go great with it. So I'm going to pair it with that because I don't really have much to pair it with. Because I got one shirt thinking it would go with it, but it didn't. So, yeah. And that's it. Let me know if y'all will shop there now. If you are like a wheelchair user, or now that the fact that they made it accessible or not, just let me know down in the comments. And if you want to see more videos like this, feel free to also put that in the comments. Thank you guys so much for watching the video, and can't wait to see you guys again soon. Bye.